These videos that are coming out of Michigan, you would think this is Afghanistan. Nope, this is Dearborn, Michigan. Look at some other videos that are coming out of Michigan where you have a gentleman yelling "Death to America" while he is in America. Hi everybody, welcome to the Miracon Show. At the time of this recording, it is Wednesday, August 5th, and today we're going to be going to Michigan. We'll talk about the Senate race, the results of the Senate race that came out last night, including El Said. He won against his candidate and is now going to be running against Mike Rogers in the midterm election in November. Now, if you're in Michigan and you're watching this, you want a glimpse of what leadership will look like under El Said. Look at New York City. Just today I spoke to a cop in New York City. He's like, I have no hope for New York City anymore because everywhere I look, there is someone drugged up, there's someone who's just a complete belligerent. There are homeless people everywhere. They're shooting up on every single block. It is filthy, it is disgusting. And the city is barely able to keep itself alive. So if you want that, Michigan, then go ahead and vote for El Said. If you want your houses to be doxxed and people to find out where you live because you're a well-off person and you've made some money because you've started a business, you're an entrepreneur, or you worked hard your whole life and you believe in the capitalist and free market economy, and again, want to be doxxed, want to be called out, want to be scolded because you simply did well in America, then go ahead and vote for El Said. If you want to see anti-Semitism even on the rise further than it already is in New York City, because if you look at New York City, I'm just doing a comparison of state to state, look at anti-Semitism. It is on a rise of over 200% in New York City. If you want that rise in Michigan, then go ahead and vote for El Said. If you want socialism, you want Medicare for all, which again sounds good, but if you ask El Said, how do you define Medicaid for all or Medicare for all? How do you define that? Do you just want the government to go in and give health care to everybody when we know that the government can't even do basic needs for most of Americans, like provide an education for our public schooling system where 50% of the kids can't read at the grading level, where kids are dropping out of high school, where you have transgenderism on the rise in public schools because kids are just confused and teachers aren't really teaching, they're more so pushing this ideology onto kids. If that's what you want, then go ahead and vote for El Said. Look at some of these videos that are coming out of Michigan. You would think this is Afghanistan. Nope, this is Dearborn, Michigan. Look at some other videos that are coming out of Michigan where you have a gentleman yelling "Death to America" while he is in America. If you want that, then go ahead and vote for El Said. You see, radical Islam is completely antithetical to American values. They've never ever aligned. So the fact that we're trying to push or trying to say we need more representation, therefore we're going to select a radical Islamist like Abdul El Said, who now, by the way, there are some reports coming out that over $115,000 from members of an alleged Hamas link was likely contributed to his campaign. This is the same guy who said that we need to be quiet and not talk about the fact that we took out the Ayatollah in Iran. Because if we talk about it, we're going to lose voters. You look at Dearborn, Michigan, and see what's happening there. It's just it's a Muslim hub. That's what it's become. You've got the loud prayer that happens every morning there on the loudspeaker. You've got police officers with Sharia law labels as pretending to be fully blown officers. And if you record them, they get mad because they don't know what the First Amendment is. So how did they even become officers? You know, I drove to Michigan once, and I had a beautiful time. Went down to Wicks Park, stayed with some family members there, some friends. It's a beautiful state, lots of farmland, lots of really good people, common sense, and the fact that they have elected or have nominated Abdul El-Sayed to be in Senate. Look, this guy, like most Democrats, they're charismatic. They promise all these free stuff. They pretend to love everybody. When really they have one agenda, which is to push radical Islam and expand it in America, and expand it in Michigan, and expand Dearborn, Michigan to all of Michigan. And if you want to stop that, then you would vote against him in the November midterm election. Now, who are the people that are supporting him? You've got tons of influencers, one of them being Hassan Piker, who casually talks about assassinating Trump. He's done that in the past. You have him wearing a Mao Zedong suit, giving speeches on socialism and communism, and saying that this is brilliant. This is a man, Mao Zedong, who has killed over 80 million people. And he's imitating Mao Zedong. That's socialism right there. And you have him pretending that he hates capitalism and socialism is good, when in fact he lives in a multi-million-dollar house in Hollywood. He's made his wealth off of the capitalistic free economy that we have, and he drives around a $50,000 Porsche. So how is capitalism served you not in the right way, Hassan Piker? You've succeeded by capitalism, and now you're pushing the socialism stuff. So and now here you are again, playing identity politics. You want to push this guy Abdul Saeed to win. So Michigan, again, if you want to destroy your state, just look at the East Coast, look at New York City, look at New Jersey. Don't be like us. Thank you for watching, everybody.